I didn't have any cash. I didn't know what to do. And so to me, the cheapest property possible was the only option I had to invest in real estate. And in this video, I'm gonna explain to you why cheap property versus expensive property, the pros and cons of each one, and how you could decide which one is the right one for you. Hey, my name is Darson Grantham. I'm a real estate investor and real estate agent here in Des Moines, Iowa. And I have been thinking about rental investing for 5 years. I've been doing it for 5 years myself. I've been helping others do it for the last 2.5 years. And so investing in real estate is something that I talk about all day long. I love it. Buying real estate in general is an incredible way to build your wealth. But there are things that the gurus talk about or that people try to portray as good, when in reality, they're just an option. So in this video, I'm gonna kind of myth bust the thought process that low price properties are where you should invest your money. And the reason I feel qualified to talk about this is I did it. My first property was a $130,000 fourplex in small town Iowa that cash flowed like crazy. But I want to share with you my experience in that and why I think lower price properties are an option to invest in real estate. There's too many gurus out there that will say, buy 20 properties, have them all cash flow $200 a month, and you're done and set to retire. Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. You could buy 20 properties at $50,000 a piece. That's $1 million of real estate that you own. But you got a loan out for that and you put 25% down on all of those properties. So your cash into this is $250,000. Great. And those 20 properties are going to cash flow $200 a month. That's $4,000 a month. But that's only part of the mindset. That's only part of the equation. You also have the time, the type of tenant, the repairs, the appreciation, lack of appreciation. All of that comes into play. Now, if you're trying to replace a job and you need the cash flow, I understand that low price property looks very appealing. And I'm not going to say it's wrong. But what I am going to say is the risk involved in that is different than if you buy something in a more established market that has more buyers in more demand. I only study Des Moines. I study it very closely. I love it. But if you're trying to figure out where you're going to invest, the price of the house, a $50,000 house versus a $500,000 property, it isn't comparable in risk. So you put 25% down on a $50,000 property. Yes, the dollars that you have in that is maxed at whatever that dollar amount is. Now, a $500,000 property, if you put 25% down, your cash is a larger amount. But the amount of cash in a deal does not equal the amount of risk in that deal. For example, what if you bought a $50,000 house? You thought it was going to cash flow $200 a month, and you found out the city was rezoning and that house is going to get torn down and you as the owner had to pay for it. That's why the seller sold it to you for $50,000. The odds of that same thing happening at a $500,000 property, now, mind you, in Des Moines, a $500,000 property is a significant purchase in Des Moines, like big. The risk that you have buying a $500,000 property is not more or less just based on price than it is buying a $50,000 property. Now, mitigating this risk, having resources on your side, that is the game. And that is you as an investor, whether you're buying stocks, you're buying real estate, you're buying crypto, you're buying artwork, all of it comes in risk. So I'm here to dispute the argument that low price properties are low risk. They're just different risk. And if you disagree with me, comment below, tell me why. I would love to just have this conversation. I talk about this all the time. Reach out if you're looking at Des Moines in real estate. I'd love to connect. We have morning coffees. Please get on our newsletter below, subscribe below. Till next time, again, my name is Darson Grantham, a real estate investor, agent here in Des Moines, Iowa, and we would love you to join us. See ya.